Today on Wildstorm Collectibles, we're going to go over my favorite Gen 13 member, Fairchild, and the action figure that was released of her. According to the packaging, it says 1998, so that sounds about the time that I got my original one. So this is actually one of several that exist. It's mainly about the packaging that seems to be different based on the research that I found when I was searching for other images on eBay. So this one, I'm not sure if it was meant to be part of a line that was supposed to promote the ill-fated Gen 13 movie, which if you have never seen it or don't know anything about it, we do have a video here on our channel where we go over it, and you can easily find the whole thing to view here on YouTube. So, but this one I wanted to start with the loose figure to kind of show you here. So she only has the one accessory, and yes, before anybody says anything, she is standing on a Playmates Wildcats base because she does have the holes for pegs in her feet. But as far as I know, in none of the versions of the package did any kind of stand come for her. So I decided to use that here so she would stand up and present herself to y'all today. So I'm gonna do a not so fancy turn here. So you see she's obviously in her classic costume, which we first saw in the mini-series. The weapon is not the one that she carries. I'll show that to you later in a different packaging. Again, I don't think that's from the Gen 13 movie. Now, one thing about this figure, this one in particular, which is the only loose one I have, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but she's got a split right there. So this one, I think somebody gave it to me as part of a Wildstorm lot of action figures I got once upon a time. She will actually burst apart if you let her. Her torso and the legs and everything just comes completely apart. I don't know if it's the age of the toy or the design, but that's why, you know, I kept her loose, and I don't really keep her on display for that same reason, because I feel like she'll just fall apart, which is a shame, because I think overall it's a great figure. You know, it captures her likeness pretty well. So one thing I wanted to go over too was that this packaging, which I'll only show a picture of because it doesn't fit in the light box. This particular package was the one that I originally found, and I still have. And I want to say I found it in like one of the most random of places. It wasn't a comic shop or anything like that. I feel like it was either like one of those stores in the mall, like Sam Goody, maybe Borders Books. I feel like it was something like Sam Goody or one of those that had just a lot of random things. And I just happened to find this Fairchild there, and I was like, well, that's cool. I'd never seen it before. But if you see here on the front of the package, it says Wildstorm Action Figures. So again, I don't know if this was supposed to be part of a wider line. I really do feel like it might have been tied to the Gen 13 movie somehow, and they only ever got Fairchild out. She's definitely, I mean, I think we could argue that she's probably the most popular and most recognizable member of Gen 13. So, you know, she was definitely a great choice to start with. But it is a shame that we didn't get the rest of the members, because overall, like I said, I really do like this toy design. So if you're looking here at the packaging that I'm showing, so you see that she came with that gun we talked about. Apparently she came with a laptop, you know, because I guess she's always studying even in battle, right? And then she comes with some barbells there, which to me are super small compared to what Fairchild is capable of lifting, but I get the idea. And then here on the back, I'm going to show the back of the one that I have. So it shows there that this is the it actually it's a T797 laptop computer. It says combined with her uncanny computer skills allows her to crack into any secure system. So I'm sure we can all go jump on Amazon right now and go buy one of those if we wanted to. So, oh, it's officially called an exercise bar. I'm sorry. It says before she became Gen Active, Fairchild wasn't even able to lift this bar, but her super strength now allows it. Now allows her to bend it in half. Sorry, if I can learn how to read before this video's over. And then on my copy or my packaging, the old price tag is actually covering the Hyper Battle Cannon XR24L. So I will find a different picture and I'll post it here so you can read it for yourself. Her overall description, which seems to be used across all the packaging, says a gifted but lonely college student, Fairchild was recruited by a government agency secretly developing superhumans. The Gen Factor experiments activated Fairchild's superpowers, transforming her into an extremely strong, well-built 6'4" woman. After escaping from the program, Fairchild teamed up with the other Gen Active teens and became the leader of the Gen 13 team. And according to her stats here, real name Caitlin Fairchild, code name just simply Fairchild, team Gen 13, her height is 6'4", and when she's fully transformed, says here her weight is 300 pounds. So anyway, that's a lot that they put into this toy, a lot of thought. And I hope you noticed too, I forgot to mention, I'll put it back up here. If you notice, there's a picture there that's obviously J. Scott Campbell's art, just of the team. Again, another indication to me that maybe they were thinking of doing the whole team. But like I mentioned before, there are several different versions of this packaging. So the one I have is, it's got a black and white background with all the montage of the covers for Gen 13 and some art as well. But there's also a purple background, which essentially, if I was able to zoom in and look at it correctly, is essentially the same thing. It's just they colored it purple. And then in eBay, when I was searching, there was two other backings that I found. I don't remember if it was for the black and white or the purple front, but one of them is this Jim Lee image here. And the only thing I noticed different is at the top row there's different flags displayed. So I don't know if this is like an international release. But beyond that, there is also a third back that is also Jim Lee art, but it is specifically from Gen 13 number 6, which is the issue that Jim Lee illustrated. And if you look there in the corner, it says anotheruniverse.com, which I don't even know if that website exists anymore. But that must have been some sort of exclusive for them, which is funny because I don't think that, again, that the front, maybe that was the color purple one. I don't think so, because I don't know, sorry, my bad research again. I was just skimming through eBay trying to see what was available. I also used it in the thumbnail, but I just thought I'd give you a better look at it here. This apparently was an advertisement for the figure. Again, like I said, I stumbled across it, so I don't remember it being heavily advertised in any of the Wildstorm books. It could have been. But let's take a moment here to look at one other version of the toy that I actually have. So this version of the same action figure, I don't remember if I got this one on eBay or if I ordered it. Unfortunately, the bottom of the box is kind of bowed, so I can't put it straight. That's why it's leaning against the back of the light box. But if you see here, there's the Wizard Magazine stamp. So I have to assume that maybe this is some sort of exclusive the Wizard Magazine had. And if you look at the back here, that's the image I was talking about earlier that shows her with the gun from the miniseries when she decides to go save her friends. All her stats are the same. The little description down there is exactly the same. So overall, I mean, there was several different versions of the packaging for her with this figure, and I guess it was just their big push to get her out there, because like I said, I'm assuming that there was plans to do more depending on how this one sold, or of course we all know that the Gen 13 movie was never officially released, so that could have had an impact as well. But most of these are relatively easy to find on eBay. As you saw, I was able to find pictures of all the different versions of the packaging. They kind of range around 20, sometimes maybe going on to 30 after you do shipping. So, if you can find one that's in the package, because of what I showed with her, her coming apart there, it might be better just to leave her in the package. But if you find a loose one, then it would definitely be worth displaying her. And if you know how to repair toys, maybe there's a way to seal that off so she doesn't literally burst apart. So anyway, just wanted to do this this quick collector's video for you guys to let you know that this figure's out there. If you're a fan of Gen 13 or Fairchild like I am, it's a nice little piece to have, and it's definitely available out there on eBay if you're looking for it. So so until then, you know, if you like this video, be sure and hit like, please subscribe, and also hit that bell notification so you get notified when a new video pops up. And until next time, guys, stay wild.